Hey guys, welcome to Trailer Sunday. It's lovely to have you here. My name's Michelle and I'm Elvislass here on YouTube. Okay, so today we're looking at Stay Away Joe. I love Stay Away Joe. Joe Lightcloud is just absolutely divine. He's the most gorgeous creature to look at ever. Stay Away Joe is a kind of crazy kind of film, but let's look into it. So, Stay Away Joe was a 1968 movie. It was filmed after Speedway, but it's before Speedway. So Speedway is next week. Stay Away Joe is this week. So let's find out a little bit more about it. So it's a 68 American comedy western. Yes, it is. And it's got musical interludes. It's set in modern times and it stars Elvis Presley, Burgess Meredith, who is amazing, Katie Gerardo and Joan Blondell, who is just brilliant and adds that amazing retro kind of vibe. It was directed by Peter Tewksbury. The film is based on the 1953 satirical farce novel of the same name by Dan Cushman. The film reached number 65 in the Variety Weekly National Box Office chart in 68. Okay, so the story is about rodeo rider, which is Elvis, and his family. He's a Native American. His family still live on the reservation, and Elvis is coming back. They are trying to get to show that they can run a cattle farm, they can run cattle and things like that. They buy a bull and it's not really into girls. Yeah, I get it. It's quite funny. Loads of girls, loads of naughtiness from Elvis, and Elvis looking absolutely divine. In the end, the house comes down after a riotous fight. Madcap is just crazy. It was actually based on a musical called Whoop Up, which failed. But it doesn't fail because Elvis is in it and he's just gorgeous. All I Needed Was the Rain is one of the most sexiest Elvis songs. And you're thinking to me, why was it sexy? Oh, Elvis just wet in a car singing that, and it's some of the most glorious scenes. I think some of the most beautiful scenes in the world is Elvis and Stay Away Joe. He is gloriously handsome. And I love Joe Lightcloud. He's just a bit of fun. He's naughty. What I was saying last week with Scott Hayward, he's the guy I'd like to marry out of most of the characters, and John Carpenter, he's coming up soon. I would not want to marry Joe Lightcloud. I'd like to have a kiss, but I wouldn't want to marry him. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, right, okay, we're going to go down onto reception. Chemist Kevin Thomas, I'm going to put my glasses on, of the Los Angeles Times wrote that the film could scarcely seem more embarrassingly tasteless or ill-timed than right now. In an unintentionally patronising way, it projects an image of the Indian as a happy-go-lucky, immoral and irresponsible, just when the public is becoming aware of how truly tragic his plight is. No amount of good-naturedness, and Stay Away Joe undeniably has plenty of that, can compensate for human based on stereotypes so offensive to minority group sensitivities. However, Thomas suggested that if it had been made at a different time, it would seem a pretty good picture. It has plenty of bounce, a strong cast, some spunky songs, and good colour photography of natural locales. Right, okay, so that's pretty, for the time, it must have been quite insensitive. So at the moment we can look back and enjoy this as a good film. Elvis looks gorgeous in it. I mean, there's a lot of laughs, it's a lot of fun, it's a comedy, but you can maybe see why the Broadway failed if it's this kind of storyline. So yeah, let's keep going. A review in Variety report a generally flat comedy with many forced slapstick situations, and echoed Thomas's review by stating that the story was out of touch with latter-day appreciation of some basic dignity in all human beings. At best, film is a dim artistic accomplishment. At worst, it caters to outdated prejudice. Custer himself might have been embarrassed for the Indians. The Monthly Film Bulletin reported meandering Elvis Presley comedy, rather short on invention, except for an amicably hectic finale. The musical offerings are, if anything, even less memorable than usual. Okay, so we knew we wouldn't get anything good from the Film Bulletin. Those reviews, you can't argue with those reviews. They're of the time, and they are talking about a subject matter that they think was insensitive at the time. So you can't really argue with that, and I won't go against any of what they are saying whatsoever. So let's go and watch the trailer. Oh, and before I go, it made $1.5 million at the box office, which is pretty standard at the moment for Elvis Presley pictures, with the ones that we've been talking about in the last few weeks.
Now and again, West produces a man who stands apart from the crowd. Noble as the valleys, rugged as the rocks. A man of action who makes an unforgettable impact. Joe Lightcloud is such a man.
Joe coming home? Joe coming home?
But home ain't gonna be the same. They're still picking up the pieces from the last time. When Joe's home, times are wild and hilarious.
You got to get to know each other better.
Oh, you mean like that?
Wonder how long the fight'll last.
Long enough, baby.
Mama!
I can explain everything.
I forgot to warn you about that.
Start the ceremony.
I gotta run.
Isn't Joe coming in?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I can't stay.
Head for outhouse, Joe.
Baby dear, don't you want to be good?
How am I going to be good if I never get any practice?
I want to thank you all for a delightful afternoon.
You got a lot of guts, lady.
The winding streams and the winds that blow ask me how can you stay away.
There's never been anyone like riotous, rip-roaring, rollicking Joe.
Okay, so that is the end of the trailer. I absolutely love watching Elvis in that trailer. He's just so gloriously handsome. I think I've said that about 10 times in this video. He's just so handsome. And when I was looking, the main lady who's in that, who isn't Joe's mother, but is like a stepmother, she is wonderful in it, and she's trying to keep the home together. She's a hard-working individual. She's fantastic, and it's really the boys that are just mucking it up all the time. Joe, the father, tries hard, but he's easily led into situations. Yeah, so, and the sister, she's working in a bank and doing really well, and Joe's just like Joe. I like it. I enjoy the movie, and I enjoy Elvis in it, mostly for just looking at him. So yeah, that's my review of Stay Away Joe. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week for Speedway. Okay, see you then.